Okay. Okay, I hope everyone can hear me. We're going to get started here in just another minute. Welcome to the Friday Fireside Chat. We've got a great topic today, talking about social media and how it plays a part in network marketing, how to put the two together, high touch and high tech. So I'm excited about this topic. And so we'll get started here in just moments. Rapshel, I think I just made you co-host, so you can let people in.
Okay, thanks, John. No, I'm not co-host, Jerry.
Oh, I made somebody, I made somebody co-host. Hold on. Let's wait a second, guys. We're going to get started here. Admit all. Just got to find you. I'm trying to find you, Rapshel, where you are, but I can't find you. Oh, there
Raising my hand.
Okay, I see it. Make co-host. Yes. Okay, did it work that time?
Yes.
Okay, if you could help me out on that. I am going to click the record button here and we'll get started. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining in. Excited about today's topic. We're going to talk about social media and how to mix, if you will, old school network marketing, which is kind of the belly to belly, the high touch with the high tech and the power of social media. So I'm excited about this conversation. For those of you that don't know me, my name is John Haremza. I have been involved in this industry of network marketing now for 32 years, actually almost 33 years. And I came to this industry, I was a blue collar worker, high school education, grew up in a small town in Minnesota, a town of about 2,000 people. And before I got involved in this industry of networking, I literally had never traveled more than 100 miles away from where I grew up. I had no concept of the rest of the world. I was in my own little world, about 100-mile radius of this small town in Minnesota. And I think that's really the case for most people. The everyday person is, their world kind of consists of their little region of where they live, right? They don't explore much, don't get to travel much, maybe a few times in some cases in a life. But anyway, I entered this industry on a part-time basis and kind of learn as I earn. I always say network marketing is a personal development program with a paycheck. The impact that personal development has had on my life is incredible. I wouldn't be here today without personal development, learning from people who have done it, learning from people who understand success principles and things like that. And that's what we want to do here today. We want to discuss some of these things. And I will tell you that, today, I've earned more than $26 million in this industry, coming from $9 an hour, growing up in a small town in Minnesota. My dad was a janitor at a high school. That's what he did for his career. My mom worked in a dog food factory. So I don't come from money. I don't come from business. I don't come from any fancy background. I was just a regular everyday person and had the same types of challenges that many people have, struggling, self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth, just kind of, conforming conforming to the big crowd. And I think that's, again, what most people do in the world is they conform. You know, they look around, see what everybody else is doing, assuming what's normal for them is normal for them. And network marketing, you know, kind of gets you away from the crowd, if you will, and gets you, you know, in the mixed with that, you know, small percent of people in the world that are really making things happen, right? Whether it's in life, not just in network marketing, but it gives you an exposure to success principles. And so it's incredibly, incredibly powerful, life-changing business, network marketing is. So with that, our topic today is social media. And I'll be the first to admit that I am looking for some major impact. I hope there's somebody on here that knows something about it, because I don't actually know much about it. I am looking for great interaction. Some of the things that you guys have learned to help me out here on this fireside chat. It's a part of our life today. Social media is a part of our life. It's a part of business. It's going to get bigger, not smaller. We have to understand it. We have to utilize it. We have to maximize it. We have to blend it. We have to blend it with what I believe is old school, because I don't think old school is going away either, right? I mean, network marketing, the core fundamentals of what network marketing is, the relationships, you know, that stuff's not going away. And so I want to talk about today, not just social media, but how to merge social media with old school, old school, which is high touch, into new school, which is social media, high tech. And, you know, because the core fundamentals of what it is that we do in network marketing, I don't think will ever change, right? It's the techniques that are constantly moving, the techniques and the tools to utilize and to maximize and to get the most out of everything. So that's what social media is. It's a tool. It's a tool, and utilizing it correctly can grow your business. So with that kind of as a backdrop, as a setting, I'll share with you that I have spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to figure this out. And, you know, one of the first things I'll give you as a warning is be careful. Be careful of who promises to teach you and who's got the code cracked. And I literally get messaged every day from someone telling me they can, you know, help me brand. They can help me, you know, do something phenomenal on social media. And I've fallen for it. I've fallen for it and have spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to do it. And in 99% of the cases, I'm disappointed. My lesson is lesson learned, and I keep making it. I keep giving them money. But there are people out there that do know. And, you know, one of the things that I do when people claim to know everything is one of the first things I do is I go to their Facebook page, I go to their social media page and see if they have any interaction, see what their page looks like, see if they have engagement and a lot of following. And I mean, if they don't, well, yeah, I mean, you know, then they're not making it work. Right. So, but anyway, what I believe, and I still believe this, I believed it from the beginning, and I still believe it today, that social media is a tool. As soon as you have an interested party, when you develop that rapport, you develop that relationship, you start getting into some of what our business is about, you need to then go back to the basics, go back to the fundamentals, go back to the concepts of people buying people. Right. So getting on the phone with them, you know, or doing the private messaging, but getting personal, really building that rapport and relationship. In my book, I talk about, you know, when somebody expresses an interest through social media, the first thing I want to do is get them off of social media. I want to get on the phone with them. I want to connect with them. If they're local, I want to meet with them. I want to, you know, bring that old school into how I met them through the new school, social media. Right. So with that, I am going to open this up. And I saw, Siv, you always give great content and great information. And I know, Siv, that you have done a lot of social media. You have built a lot of business through social media. And so I don't know if you're ready. I know I saw you come on, so I know you're there. If you're able, could you come off of mute and give us your input, your thought on the whole idea of social media, high touch, high tech, you know, how you do it, what lessons you may have learned. Siv, are you there?
I am here now.
Sorry, I should have. We did a call earlier today, old school, using new school,
Yeah.
right? We did a three-way Zoom earlier today. But anyway, I saw you pop on. I know when you first entered the industry, you were almost all social media or utilizing, the internet, so to speak. So, I think you could give us some great information.
Yeah. Hey, Lily, since you're watching, can you please turn off the range that I have? It's gonna burn the pot. Anyway, I was cooking lunch for my son, so I was just running here, and I totally forgot. I ran into the office. Anyways, I like how you started this conversation. You said high tech with high touch. That's the deal. Because if you get lost in, I call it getting lost in the sauce with technology. You're letting technology use you, and you're not using technology. You're not leveraging off technology. You're going to get lost in engagement. Because here's what I found in online marketing and social media: the people that are bridging high tech with high touch, leveraging the tool and bringing people into three-way connections, providing them the support system, stuff like that, are the ones that's providing consultation and conversions. Because you can really get lost in that. So social media is what allows you to attract the tribes of people to you, right? One thing I learned in marketing is if you're talking to everybody, you're not talking to anybody. You want to talk to the one person, okay? That's the lowest hanging fruit. When you talk to the one person, you want to capitalize on the pain, because everybody is trying to provide a solution to the products and the benefits and everything like that, right? But the reality is, if you're scrolling through social media, we call it the scroll hole, is the way you pattern interrupt people, the way you get attention is paramount. However, that's not what's going to allow you to create change in your life, because money is in people's pockets. And in order for you to have transformational changes in your life, in your bank account, you have to embrace the whole transformational transaction, not just the transactional changes, but the transformational changes. And how you do that is you leverage off of the tools and the platforms that we have, understand the concepts that's going to pique people's interest and stimulate their interest, and then consult, right? Consult with them, because people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. Who do they buy from? People they like and they trust. That's it. And once they like and trust you, then you have to be consistent in that message. Like, this is what I used to do when I first started learning online marketing and social media. I'm like, oh, I'm getting a bunch of attention, right? Let me see what it can do to convert them right away. Boom, I lost them every time, 100% of the time. If people are doing that, stop doing that. So just like you said, John, really, if you can grasp this concept, high tech with high touch, high tech with high touch. That's it. If you can bridge that connection, then you're going to win in the game of social media, online marketing, and creating a brand. Because just like you said, John, people will say to me all the time, Sip, I cracked the code, I got the secret, and they try to show me the shortcut. Which is true. It will increase your engagement, but the shortcut to network marketing is the shortcut to failing in network marketing and quitting, because you're going to get the engagement, you're going to get the excitement. But is that why you join network marketing? Trying to get the excitement? No. You join network marketing to make a difference in other people's lives, so you can actually make a difference in your life. You got to give first, right? Consultation is key. So high tech with high touch. So hopefully, I mean, this is a big question, right? This is a full blown like 3-4 hour course. But the real deal is, John, the way you set this up, high tech with high touch. Don't ever lose out on that. You're in the people business. People that click to order really fast are also quick to quit really fast, right? High tech with high touch. So hopefully, that kind of answers your question.
Yeah, and I'm going to probably come back to you, Siv, on this, because I wrote some notes down as you're talking, right? I mean, one of the things I wrote down, you said, if you try to talk to everybody, you talk to nobody, right? So let's explore that a little bit, because we have to be real. We have to, people like, when if you're passionate about something, put it out there, right? Because there's others that are passionate about that same thing, and you're going to connect with that. If you, so I really believe this whole authenticity concept, this whole being very real and very vulnerable. I think vulnerability is another very attractive feature that you can utilize to attract your followers, your tribe, right? You hear that word tribe a lot in the terms of social media, and that's who you want, is your tribe. You want your tribe, the people that relate well with you. And so you have to be you. You have to be you to attract those types of people, right? And I think the other thing that you said when you first entered into the social media realm, and you would try to close too fast, right? I mean, when people feel like you're in it for one reason, you know, you don't care about them. I mean, all you care about is getting the order, getting them in your business versus really caring, taking the time to build that real relationship, coming back to that word real again, building that real relationship, that real connection, being your authentic self, right? I think that's important, making that connection and not moving too quickly. Let it kind of naturally unfold. And I know Rachel's on here, and I know she has done a ton of this as well. And I mean, she connects with people all the time through social media, not trying to prospect them. That automatically ends up unfolding. But again, Amy Greenfield, she is a hockey mom, and so she connects with people that she's passionate about something, right? That's just another example. Rachel, with purses or something that you really believe in, that you're really passionate about, other than your trying to get them in your business, because that is where I think people get turned off on social media. Is because they're being bombarded by stuff, right? And so anybody else want to jump in here? I know I exchanged messages with Patty Sochek earlier today. And Patty, would you mind coming on and sharing some of the things that you've learned? I know this is an area that you're trying to understand and work on as well.
Well, thanks, John. It's a beast. And I think if you accept that from the beginning and understand that, depending on your age, I think it's really critical. I shared with John earlier that I'm at a place where, if I look back on my Valentis career, I very quickly hit diamond because evidently I have a following of people that were of that level. And then to get to the next stage, I had to evolve and figure some more things out. And now, there's a huge gap between double diamond and triple diamond. It's huge. And so what I'm having to do is force myself to learn some things that, quite honestly, it's pushing me to another level. And I saw Kathy Gustafson is on here today. And a couple of months ago, we actually purchased Laura Hibbert's. She has for $10. She has everything that you could think of about social media. It's 62 pages. And the only thing that she asked of us is that we always just share, because she spent a lot of time putting all of this together. I'm saying all of that to share with you that when both Kathy and I looked at that, it was overwhelming to us. And I think back, I'm old. Okay. I'm not a millennial. I'm not a young person. If you look at the young ladies in Europe that are tearing it up in our company, it's because they're using the platform correctly. And so if I don't know how many of you guys look at Hannah Gallagher's. Okay, my Instagram is never going to look like hers. And both Siv and yourself, John, you've both mentioned it's about evolving into that authentic self of who you are. So I want to give a little testimonial, and then I'm going to share just a couple of things, and then I'm going to shut up, and because I want to learn. I want to hear from everybody else. But we talk about attraction marketing, and I think sometimes that whole term is misunderstood. There's nothing wrong with copying and pasting and doing before and after, all of that. But I want to share with you what I listened to a training a couple of days ago where this lady, she's gonna crack the code for you, but she is a very successful network marketer, and now she is training people. And the thing that she said is that not everyone is going to be your perfect recruit. And I think that Siv basically shared that with us just now. Well, back to attraction marketing. I posted because I can get an idea for a fleeting moment. And if I'll act on it, it really does bring activity to my business. And so I've got to learn to not second guess it and just to do it. And it was so simple. I don't know how many of you saw on my Facebook. It was in my stories. It was so silly. It's a picture that I took off Snapchat with this big bow and these earrings, and then this funny guy going, I can't even mimic it. Okay. I'd make a fool of myself if I did, but basically it was, we're getting ready to drop some bass. Okay. I'm a musician. So what that means is we're getting ready to go someplace we haven't been musically before. We've been working up to this moment, this momentum, this tempo, and now we're going to hit it. That's what we're doing in Valentis. So all I did was I put this funny picture, that funny little sound track that was on there. And this morning I got a phone call from a lady who wants to purchase 2 jars of Instant Youth. Okay, I said nothing about Instant Youth. I said nothing about anything, but this is an old client of mine that she remembered, oh, Patty, oh yeah, I've been wanting to ask her about that Instant Youth. And I think that what I'm learning personally about social media is each one of you, each one of us that are on here right now, we have a different personality and we have a different set of people that are going to be attracted to us. And if you don't find your niche, who you are within the social media platform, then you've missed the whole point, because people don't come on social media to be sold anything. They come on social media to connect with someone. So basically what it is it's your calling card of, hello, this is who I am. And I think if we start copying and pasting each other too much, then we've lost out on us. And so what this does is it forces us to become, I mean, if you're 70 years old, you have a whole lifetime full of wisdom. That may be what your niche is that you're going to continually share the wisdom you've learned about life. You just have to figure out how to market yourself. And that is what your brand is. So anyway, I don't want to take up everyone else's time, but I'm just learning that for me to get to the next level of where I want to get in my business, I'm going to have to reach people I've never met before. And so I've got to give them content that makes them want to meet me, makes them want to get to know who I am. And you know, I've been searching for that niche because, and it's funny with the fishing that everyone's doing. I've been joining the groups. I haven't been able to be fishing with them all the time, but I've been doing that. And I've been joining these groups. And this is what I shared with John earlier. I'm at a place where I cannot do my business and not be authentic. I don't want to sneak into a group and then get to know people. And then all of a sudden, boom, I lay something onto them. But what I'm finding is some of these groups, because I've gotten in the over 50, which I'm really pushing it now. I have to find some over 60. But on those groups, you know what I found out? That I have life lessons and life wisdom to help some of these women. Some of these women have found themselves after being married 25 and 30 years, they're in a divorce. And so basically what I learned in my training the other day that I was listening to was that you find the need and you feel it. And then after you find that need, it's not like you're hunting down people. It's what do you have right now within yourself that you can give to someone. And when you do that, then they come to trust you, and it evolves into that conversation that then transcends into bringing them the offer of our products or services.
Yeah, so I think that the key there is building, that rapport, building that trust, that realness of that, not artificial, but actually having the right intent of getting to know someone and being sincere about your your intention to help them, to really help them or whatever. But one of the other things I was thinking about too, because you talked about fishing, right? And this is being proactive by going into various groups. If you're in a wellness group or you're in a weight loss group or you're in a hockey group or you're in a sewing group or whatever it is that you're passionate about, and then connecting with those people. Number one, going on their pages and liking stuff. When you like something, somebody may be your friend, but when you get a like, all of a sudden you like that person a little better, right? I mean, when they like something that you put out, you like them a little better, right? Because they're paying attention. It feels good. I mean, when you get likes on social media, it feels good, right? So why not do that to other people? I mean, I see people out there, wanting all of this engagement, but they don't actually do any engagement themselves. They don't go on anybody else's pages and be interested in them. They're wanting everybody just to come to them. And so, because when somebody likes something that you've done or you've said or you've posted and you don't really know them, you're likely going to go to their page. You're going to likely, or you're going to go back and reciprocate and see what they've posted that you can like. So liking and commenting is, I think, a very important thing and a discipline that we should be doing, and being sincere and real about it, right? And so that's, the other thing is, going into these groups, as you said, fishing and commenting on a similar interest, a common interest, right? Not trying to prospect them, but being sincere about building that relationship and building that brand. And I also want to discuss here today, you mentioned it, you get an idea, you have a feeling you want to do something. I do it all the time, and then I overthink it, right? And then I think I need to have the right setting. And the people that are killing it out are just doing it. I mean, they're doing it and raw. They're not worried about exactly how they look or the background or having everything perfect. They're just getting on there and doing it. And I know I have to do much better at that. I did one on Monday. On Monday, I did one because I listened to the morning wake up with Hannah Gallagher, and some things that she had said, struck a real chord in me. And I came and she talked about how everybody wants this dream life, but are they really willing to do what it takes to get it? Right? Are they really? And so I did a little video, just this impromptu video that was, are you working or are you wishing? I mean, are you willing to do what it actually takes to get what you want, or are you just wishing about it and dreaming about it? You have to, take the action. It's a little 2-minute video. Matter of fact, there's going to be Marianne, who helps me out with my YouTube channel, has posted that. That's going to be, she did something to it to make it better. And that's going to be on my YouTube channel, posted here in 15 minutes or so. And so if you haven't followed me on YouTube yet, do so. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my page, and hit the notification so you get notified when a new video is posted or something. So I would do that too. And I do that all the time. I mean, I don't know, I have a couple thousand subscribers or something like that, but I've subscribed to a lot more. I mean, if you're not subscribed to Eric Worre's page or some of these other people's page, the Tony Robbins page or whatever. So you want to follow people that you resonate with, people that have great information that you can learn from and you can glean from, and you can grow and expand. Amy, I'm going to call on you if you wouldn't mind. I'm forcing the participation here today because this is a topic I don't know that much about. I want to learn just like each of you. But Patty brought up this fishing concept, and I know, Amy, you've kind of been one of the spearhead people behind this concept of fishing, which is expanding your influence, meeting people that otherwise you would never connect with, and then slowly converting them. So, Amy, if you could come on and share that.
Sure, I'd love to. So for those of you that aren't familiar with fishing, it's basically just going out there and finding people to connect with. Social media is exactly what it is. It's social, and you need to be social. And what you said, John, about commenting on people's posts is just so important. You join these groups, don't just join and like and private message people, but add value. When you see a comment or someone's talking about something, don't just like it, give a comment, use at least 5 words, because when you give a comment, you're gonna get interaction with them. And another trick when you're doing social media in these groups is don't go to the comment that has a bunch of comments. That's not really the one you want to comment on. You want to comment on the one that didn't get a lot of comments, because that person's really going to appreciate that you interacted and got her or his conversation going. And you can join so many different groups. It doesn't have to be something you're an expert in. It can be something you want to learn about. I wanted to learn pickleball. I joined some pickleball groups, and I have met so many people, and I'm going to get out on the courts and start networking on the pickleball court from social media, because I found people locally here that are teaching me how to play pickleball through social media. So it doesn't have to be something you're an expert in. It's just got to be something you're interested in. If you're not interested in the topic of the group that you have joined, you're not going to have fun. You're not going to be consistent. So it's got to be something that you're passionate about, but not something that you're an expert in. And the other thing is you always want to be very positive and very, like Patty said, you got to be genuine. You got to be you. And I will tell you, and I'm really bad at this, but being live on Facebook or Instagram is huge. I did a 14-day challenge and I went live every day, and it was a struggle for me. And part of the struggle was I didn't look like I look now. I made sure I looked pretty. I had makeup on, and that stops me from going live a lot because I feel like I have to look perfect. But you don't, because people don't want perfection. People want real. People want to know that you're real and that they don't have to be beautiful every day to interact. So those are just a few, and private messenger is your best friend. When you are in these groups and you are meeting people, you want to eventually, as quick as you can, take it to Messenger and just get to know the people. Don't spam them. Don't offer them your products. Don't send them the link. Have a conversation with them that hopefully eventually will get to going live or on a Zoom or on a phone call. And always end a messenger with a question. Not a question that they can say yes or no, but something that they have to answer back, because that's how you keep the conversation going, and that is how you build relationships. Social media is like the best way. There's just, you'll never run out of people if you just interact, stay positive, and give, be a giver.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amy. And you look fantastic. So
Thank
you're
you.
definitely fit to go live right now. So, but, you know, she said a lot of really powerful things, guys, you know, about being sincerely interested, and that what you just said right now, making a comment that requires a response, and not just a yes or a no response, but, you know, actually, you know, something that is a little bit more engaging is a big deal. And you know, another thing that she said I want to you know, bring back up is, you know, we tend, you know, the posts out there, they're getting ton of action, 300-400 comments or even 50 comments, right? You comment on that, your comment likely isn't going to get seen. But if you comment on somebody that has only got 5 or 10 comments, the likelihood of them seeing your comment and responding to that comment and saying, I wonder who Amy is extremely high, right? And they really appreciate it versus getting lost in hundreds of others. So it isn't, we may think, well, I want to get, because that post is really hot and well, and you comment, it's lost, right? Not that you shouldn't still do it, right? Go ahead and still do it, but where you're going to get interaction and engagement is probably on that smaller post. So anyone else want to jump in here and share their?
John, I just thought of one other thing that I want to say. And when people comment on your comments, you have to respond to it. Do not ignore it. They took the time to comment on yours. Thank them for commenting. Even if it's just a thank you, find something to say back. It will build your algorithms and it will make people want to come back and comment again.
So Amy, was that directed at me? Because
oh no, I just thought of it.
Because I am so awful at that. I mean, literally, I rarely ever do it, and I feel terrible about it because I know I need to and I know I should. And so, but what you said is 100% true. And the other thing that you said that is also an important reason too is it builds your algorithm, right? The whole, I mean, there's so much to that whole algorithm concept that's dictated by your engagements and your views and what you look at and all that kind of stuff, the way you use social media. So thank you. And I'll do better. Okay, anybody else want to jump in here?
Hey, John, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Yes, you mentioned earlier how social media, it's a tool, and I believe that yes, it is a tool and we can use it profitably and productively. So it's critical to have social media presence if we decided to use that platform. We cannot expect to grow, as you can see in our business, it's global platform. If we don't take advantage of the social media platforms, then we can grow our business within our geographical location, and there's nothing wrong with that. We can knock on doors, right? And grow our business there. But there is an opportunity for us to grow our business in a global scale with social media. So my point is, have a presence on social media, use it into your advantage. You can be productive and profitable with it. You cannot be hibernating on social media. um, Being authentic is true. You don't have to be polished, full of makeup, look beautiful. I go on live, I mean, like, I share my thing is like, I want to inspire people, because personally, I like to be inspired. I want to see people who are active, who's living the lifestyle that I want. I connect with them. That's why I share that with them, like my personal workouts every day. I don't have to, as you said, guys, being authentic. We hear that a lot, and we don't have to polish it, like having a perfect video or perfect content, because not everyone is perfect, right? um Another thing is being relatable. Who is our, like, for example, as Faris mentioned earlier, the age group that we have, that the connections that we have. You have to evaluate yourself, which media, a social media platform, you are most effective. You can dribble, you can drift on YouTube, maybe on TikTok, on Instagram or Facebook, but just manage your time effectively. You don't have to spend even 30 minutes on social media, but have that presence, and at the same time be an inspiration out there. And one thing I want to remind, how this social media platforms also can manipulate us. How do what we how we interact, what we interact on, like the news, the feeds on social media. They are watching us, guys. So if we respond on positivity, that's what shows up on our news feed also. If we respond on negative news out there, that's what keeps popping into our news feed. And I'm sure it has direct correlation or direct emotional effect on us. If we focus on the negative news on social media, we interact on that one, it keeps showing us, it keeps backfiring to us. So, as again, use it into your advantage. There's a lot of potential with social media.
So there's two things. Thank you, Rachel. Two things I want to expand on that. What we click on, is feeding into the algorithm, right? And it's going to feed back to you. For instance, yesterday, I got a cold call, and it was for a water treatment system in my water softener, right? And so I let the guy come over to his house because I do want to get a water softener. And so then afterwards I go and I, type that brand into social media just to look at what's being said about it. And then, the rest of the day and in today, I mean, there must be 5 different, it's like right in my feed. It's like, how do they know that's what I'm interested in? And it absolutely does that. And the same is true if you're looking at negative stuff. I mean, if you're, it's going to feed right back to you. Right. So, but the other thing that I want to comment on, and I don't know if this goes against the authenticity thing or if it's just being smart. Right. And that is, there are things that I believe, if you're looking to grow and build a business, that you need to stay away from, which is, some of the political stuff. Right. I mean, I personally have an opinion. And I have a strong opinion about some of the stuff. And I literally have to make a conscious decision not to react because I want to, but I don't, because I know the type of business I'm in. You don't have to. I mean, so I don't. Is that going against being authentic, or is it just being smart? Right. I mean, I thought you were like, you had a comment there, but you're waving to somebody else. Yeah. So I believe it's being smart. Don't take and get into these battles on social media about stuff like that. Matter of fact, I do it. I don't engage in it, but when there's somebody speaking out about in that area that I really disagree with, I defriend them. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So I don't know if anybody else, it's a sensitive topic. Personally, I believe it's a mistake. You know, just as I believe sometimes even these, you know, celebrities, you know, voice out different things. I almost get to where I don't want to watch them anymore because of them voicing some of those. Now I'm probably getting down a whole different topic. Maybe this could be a fireside.
John,
Get fired. Bill,
I'm with you, John, on that. If you got a second, I'd love to share. I have an opinion, you do too. We've spoke about our own personal preferences together because we're friends, and we don't share it on Facebook, right? Because I've actually experienced myself what can happen, because I've been a professional network marketer for 13 years, and there was a point in my life not too long ago that I decided I might not do it anymore. So I decided to get political, you know, about a year and a half ago. And I can tell you right now that I lost a lot of people. And just recently I made a post about gas prices, and it was pretty vanilla, but it was about gas prices, and I didn't get political. And some people started commenting politically underneath my post, and I lost a customer. He actually wrote on there, I guess I know who to do business with now. And it floored me, because I was like, wait a minute, I got to be really careful about what I share, because yeah, I have my own personal beliefs, and I'd really love to be active with those beliefs, but not at the expense of my business and 50% of my you know, clients and or team members. So yeah, I agree. You got to be really careful. And Dawn and I have learned that the hard way. So that was pretty cool that you mentioned that. And secondly, one thing I wanted to share was some of my biggest leaders in my business I've attracted through the power of attraction through social media. It's so huge. One last example I'll share with you real quickly. I was on the beach with Dawn about 6 months ago, and I was really feeling good. I was fit. I had my bathing suit on. I had on, you know, just a floppy old hat. And I didn't look that great, but I was feeling good. And I said, honey, take a picture of me. I feel like making a post right now. She took my picture and she goes, what are you going to post? I go, I don't know, but I feel so good. I got to write something. And I wrote, I'm the lightest I've been since 1997 when we got married. I instantly got a phone call from a former diamond leader in one of my other companies that said, okay, tell me what you're doing. I need to hear about it right now. She joined and she brought 30 people with her, like within a week. And, you know, so you got to be yourself. You got to be authentic. Don't worry what you look like. If you're feeling inspired, just do it. But be really cautious about your politics.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. But to your point about your post on the beach, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's not a post. Okay. That's trying to sell your product. It's a post about something you really were excited about. Right. So, it drew people naturally into you. Now, if you would have attached a link to that, right, and turned that post into more of a salesy approach, you probably wouldn't have gotten that response. It would have been more of a turnoff than wow, I'm so happy for you, Bill. Right. And then what
Absolutely.
are you doing?
Yes.
You look fantastic.
Yep.
What are you doing? Right. So there's so many, I believe, little subtleties. And again, this could be an ongoing topic we could talk about in some upcoming chats, but because it is so deep, there's so many do's and don'ts and mistakes that I've made, that people are making, that are obvious, like the political posts, right? You know, not being, you know, Amy brought it to light again. I know, and I just have to force myself to go in there and interact more with because I talk about it. I talk about how you need to be interactive, but yet I'm not doing it myself. So because it takes time, it takes work. I never know what to say, you know, but just acknowledging that the comment would probably be better, or thank you, or something. I'm going to do better. You guys can try to hold that to me, hold me to that too. But anybody else want to? Yeah.
Yes, I would. Hi guys, this is Hattie Elizabeth from Merced. Real quick, I just want to say I really enjoy the Fire Chat. I look forward to it every Friday, and just want to say a lot of great value. And you want to stay close to the fire. Definitely stay plugged in. And just real quick, high touch with high tech. I mean, high tech with high touch. So definitely don't forget the fundamental. The thing is, people are not going to care what you know until they know that you care. So don't forget that. And Amy really brought a great point that yes, if there's like little comment on them, that's a lot of value, guys. So definitely don't forget, be the light, be positive, and the people that you hang around with is who you're gonna, what you're feeding into your mind, your body. It's not what you just should eat. It's also what you should, like you're watching whatever, put into your body, your mind, your soul, everything. It absorbs in. So definitely be positive and continue to share and be the light. All right. Thank you. Back to you.
Anyone else have some comments before we close out here for today's Fireside Chat?
John, can I just say one thing? Just to add to what Amy said with the fishing part, one of the things that is our goal is to add more friends to our Facebook, to our social media, not to spam on them, but just to be authentic friends. And then basically what they've said with the Bell Tribe is set it and forget it. So when you show up every day and you show up every day and you push live and you be authentic and you be real and you do your thing every day and show up, you've got new friends watching you. And so that's our goal in the fishing is like, even if you only have time to find one new friend a day, then that's what our goal is. And then as we've done this for a few months now, we have had people watching us daily and daily and daily, and they're watching us. So the other piece I just wanted to say is consistency is key.
Fantastic. That word consistency, it is such of a powerful word in every part of our life. And it once again is important in social media, because you don't know when that person is where you're finally going to reach them, because they see something, they may think about it, but they're not ready to act. They're not ready to engage. They're not, maybe they have a bad day at work, or maybe they, so being authentic, being consistent, not being salesy, caring, being real, being live, all of those types of things I think are going to be interactive. All of those things are going to lead to growing your brand, growing who you are, growing your following, and is ultimately going to convert then when you find your tribe. It's going to convert to like-minded people that, are going to want to, work with you, want to do what you do. And I think too, showing some of your challenges, being vulnerable and showing, difficulties too. It doesn't have to be all, look at me, my life is fantastic. But having some challenges, I think also, I wouldn't say, live your horror story out on social media, but being somewhat, transparent and being real and authentic about things that you're struggling with or whatever, I think can be real positive. Don't go, social media is not your therapist, right? Maybe don't, you wouldn't share the same thing you might share if you have a therapist, but I'm going down a whole new path there now too. So anyway, any last comments? Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye for today.
Hey, good morning. Can I share real quick? Good morning,
Yes,
John.
go ahead.
Yeah, hey, what's up, you guys? Good morning. It's hashtag Guess Mad Cat coming to you guys live from Merced, California. A lot of great notes and a lot of great things I said today. And one thing that I really telling people about social media is social media. Oh, sorry, my voice just cracked. But social media, it's just I this is what I tell the team and stuff. Social media is just a way, it's just an excuse to talk to people, right? And that's bridging the high tech and high touch together. Because when I first started, I was kind of all high tech and I'm nervous and I don't like talking to people and it scares me. Right. I'm like, why do I have to reach out to people, right? I just make a post and wait there for people to come to me? But it's kind of like both what you guys said, right? High tech and high touch. Because making posts and doing your stories on Facebook and interacting with people is just the little things, right? It's the little things to get you where you're at, but you have to have more conversations, right? And so I just want to say, social media, it's a lot of fun and it can take a lot of time. It can be stressful, but just use it as an excuse to talk to people, right? Like one thing I do it works all the time. People always talking back is stories, Facebook stories, right? I go there and like if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you'll notice I'll go like your stories. I'll go like your stories and I'll send you a DM of something, right? If you're walking your dog, oh my goodness, your dog is so adorable. How old is he? Something like that, right? Just a comment, ask a question on stories. And that's where conversation starts, and then conversation leads to conversations, and then conversions and all that stuff. So yeah, just have more conversations, right? That's it. Social media is just a way, an excuse to have conversations. So just want to share that, and I know we're running out of time, so back to you.
Well, thank you. So you're talking about, in a sense, getting out of your comfort zone, right? Getting out of your comfort zone. Once again, reiterating the importance of the engagement, like you said, commenting on, hey, you're walking your dog and it's so cute, you know, how old is it? You know, now you're asking what Amy was talking about earlier, asking that question. I mean, think about that. What would that question lead to? Right? What would that would leads to a connection. It leads to an engagement that could lead to that conversion of them more interested in you, because that's what you want, right? You want people to be interested also in you, and the way you get people interested in you is show interest in others. So I'm going to close it right off there. Remember, there is a video right now going live on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see what Marianne did with it, but it's going live on my YouTube right now. And make sure you like it. Make sure you hit the share button or the notification. I'm not, and we'll see you next Friday for another Fireside Chat. If anybody has also any topics that they would like us to discuss on this Fireside Chat, send me a message. Let me know what it is, and we'll put it on the list. I'm always I want to give you guys what you want. I want to discuss. I love today's, because it was so interactive. So with that, everybody have a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.
Thank you.